Hi, this is Barbara Langston, CCT, and today I'm going to teach this tile. I learned this from a class that Maria Tovar gave in March of 2020 during the beginning of the COVID lockdown, and I think it's going to be fun. Thanks. Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys today is a tile that during the beginning of the pandemic, there were several CZTs in Spain who were doing daily lessons and for free. And this is what I learned from her.
That's cool.
Her name is Maria Tovar. And like I said, she's in Spain. This is the tile I did in her class, and this is the one I did. So this one's on white, and this one's on gray. And you can do your tile on, whatever size you want to. But since I already have one on white and one on gray, today I'm going to do one on tan, just for fun. And so I want to show you how these patterns work. Some of them you may know, some you might not. This one in the very center is called Twile. And it's also known as Stoic. And Zentangle headquarters had this in one of their newsletters. And they called it Stoic, but they never formally released it as a pattern. And then somebody else, this lady, Lesley Scott-Gilliland, she submitted it to Tangle Patterns. And since Zentangle had not released it, they went ahead and put it on the Tangle Patterns site. And it's very easy to do. It's a grid pattern. And basically, if you have a square grid, okay, then you just put a square in the center. And fill it in.
Barbara, how can I enlarge your iPhone screen?
How can you enlarge it?
How can,
you double click it?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so once you get your little squares in the center, the way that the lady did her step outs was you put a line across, a line, a line, a line. But there was another CZT that said, hey, an easy way to do this is just pretend you're putting a T. So if you want to watch me, I'm going to go to this side of each one, and I'm going to put a T, a T, a T, and another T. Okay? And then I'm going to flip it upside down. And now I'm going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So it's basically the same as just putting one line at a time, but a little bit faster. Okay? And that is Twile. And that's what we're going to put in the center of our tile. And we're going to do it first in pencil, okay? just try to guess about the center, and we're going to put a square again. You can see about the size that I put it here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we don't do perfect. And I'm going to use brown because I'm working on this brown tile. You can use any color that you want. If you have black, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting my lines down the center. But I'm not going to put the outside lines. Okay? And then we're going to put our square and inside each one and fill it in. Okay, and then like I showed you, let's make a T to start our lines in each one of these. And then I'm going to turn it upside down and do the same thing. Draw a T. Okay. And then I'm going to put a line down the center and a line on each side. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the border just on down this side. Okay, so I put a line in the middle. And then a line down each side. So what I'm trying to do is keep these ends open because we're going to let the little organic patterns come out. Okay, and then same thing down here on this side, one down the center. Okay, then we're going to turn it and do the same thing again. Now where this is in the, below this one, I'm going to go ahead and put my line down. And then center and two more. Down the center. Two more lines. And then same thing here. Okay, I'm going to turn it. And I told you wrong here. I put a line here, but we'll just go over it. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to continue adding those lines inside. And don't cover this one like we did on this side. And I'm just going to take my lines a little bit past that. It won't show up that much. Okay. So ideally, we're going to have several spots that are open. Yeah, see, I did it wrong here again. It's okay. We want these to come past those lines. All right. So I shouldn't have put a line across here or across here. But we're still going to make it work. Okay, so the different patterns that we're going to use, have any of you used Rixty before?
No.
Oh.
Okay, this one is a fun pattern. This was a gift to Rick Roberts from Maria on his 60th birthday, and that's how they called it Rixty. So you just come up with two lines, make a straight line across, and then you bring that corner down on each side, a little triangle, and then fill those edges in. Okay? And then you do an aura around that. And then you come out again. Do your little triangles. And then an aura around it. And then it can branch out. So I can have one that comes out like this. I tend to round mine a little bit on the edges. And then have it come out again. And if you search for Rixty in Mosaic, or you see it in other patterns, people do it in a lot of different ways, but this is the basic pattern. Okay? It's a fun one.
How do you spell Rixty?
Say what?
How do you spell Rixty?
R-I-X-T-Y. And that is a Zentangle pattern. Okay? Now, since, Linda, you're going to have to go, let me go ahead and go through some of these. The other one we're going to use is poke leaf. Have you seen that one before?
Yes.
Okay. Mary, have you?
I have not.
Okay. It's also a simple one. We just have a little stem do a little top to it. We're going to come around and come back up, and it's just a simple little leaf. You can have your next little leaf come off to the edge. Maria, this is one of her favorite patterns to use. Oh, okay, that's poke root. And very similar to that. Okay, this part is poke leaf. And poke root is very much like that, except it looks kind of like a little mushroom. Okay, so this one is poke root. And you can do the same thing, have another little stem come off of that one, and then just come around like that. So there's poke leaf and poke root. Those are both Zentangle patterns. One that you see a lot is Fescue. Very simple, just a little line with a little, I don't know, what would you call it, a little teardrop at the end. You'll see Fescue quite often. Because it's only a single line, it's easy to have it go over another one. Another one of my favorites is Zinger. This one's also a Zentangle headquarters pattern. And again, it starts with a little stem, and you can see that all these have the little stems, and that's how they're gonna attach to what we've already done. With Zinger, you'll put, again, a little top, and the way I like to do it is I come around and put a little top on it, and then you just echo that and aura it, and each time make it a little bit smaller until you get down to the end and put little dots coming off of it. Another way you can do it is just like we started, and come around, and you'll see where some people do it like this and they don't touch with these little auras. So you can do that either way. And when I've done a lot of Rixty, sometimes I will put Zinger on the end to finish it. So that's a fun thing that you can do. And the last one that we can use today is called Springkle. And that is kind of a combination of Fescue. You come around and do your little bulb at the end. And then we're going to aura that, start right next to the little bulb and come around and come all the way down. Okay. And then we're going to go back right next to that initial line and aura that again. And then we're going to put a little cap on it like we did on Zinger. So that's Springkle. Any questions on those patterns?
Biscuit?
The one is the name of the one that was part of this Springkle, the beginner.
Oh,
the beginner.
Fescue?
Yeah, Fescu. Okay.
Fescue, Springkle, poke leaf, and poke root. And the other was Rixty. Whoop! You'll have them all on there. Okay, so let's get our tile. And I'm going to switch back. Oh, I do have my brown. Never mind. So let's pick one of these edges. And let's start with poke leaf. So I'm going to come off of this edge and just kind of curve it a little bit. And then take that other one that is right next to it and come out. And then I'm going to add the poke leaf. Okay. And then we're just going to continue adding, coming off of those lines that we left open. And I have that one a little bit close, so I'm going to go behind. Or as you hear quite often, hollow ball behind that. And then we're just going to continue. I'm going to come up again, extend a couple of those lines. Some people make nice, long, slender poke leaves. You can do them however you like. Always remember that this is your art. Then I'm going to go behind these and do another one. Okay. And like I said, right here, I should have left this line open. It's okay. We're just gonna, let's put poke leaf here. So I'm just gonna come up a little bit on this one. And I'm gonna go behind and put a poke root. And then I'm gonna pretend that my line goes behind and bring it up a little bit. And put another poke root. And do the same thing coming off this way. Okay. You can make yours as big or as small as you want to. I'm going to come to this other corner and I'm going to do some Rixty on this end. So again, I'm just going to come a little bit to the side. Make my little triangles on the edge. Fill them in. And then I'm going to bring mine out twice. I've seen where someone put little hearts on these. Find a page in here real quick. Here you go. You can do Rixty in a circle, and there's some different ways to do the ends. And then I did an oops on that one, but there's one with a heart. And then with a kind of a, that one looks like a UFO top, but there's some ladies that do some really fun stuff. And then just continue making your Rixties. Oops. Okay, I'm going to stop there for now. And I think I'm going to do some more poke leaf and poke root, because if you look on this one, that really fills it in nicely. And then we can put some of the other things in there again. And you can mix them up, poke leaf and poke root. And let's see. I think off of this edge, I'm going to put one of the sprinkles. So I'm going to bring it up and around and make my little bulb at the end. Come around and come back down. And then R that again. Then I'm going to come back here and put my little caps on it. Oops. Do this one this way. Oop. You can mix these up however you like. I'm going to add some more Rixty on this side. Linda, you're saying you have to leave at 3?
Yes, my appointment's at 3:30.
Okay. Before you leave, I'll show you how to shade the center of this. And then you can just continue adding little organic flowers, whatever you want to on it. I'm going to add some more poke leaf on this side. I think what sets this one off is the pattern in the center, especially after you shade it. And once you get your first layer, then we can just go back and keep adding. But before she has to go, I'm going to use a pastel pencil because I'm on brown. But the places that you want to shade on this, and I'll show you here on this, are the short spots like this. Okay? Where it looks like this would be a pattern going under this long one. So only on the little short sides we would add the shading. And then when you use your tortillion, you're going to pull that toward the center, making sure that you leave the middle part of that white. And that will make it look like it's coming up at you, and then it's going under those other pieces. Yep, there's 2 more. So just a little bit of graphite on that edge and then pull it in. Then you can see how that really highlights it. If you're still working on this, like I said, you can go, so on this corner, if this was a ribbon going under this one, then I would still have possibly something coming out this side. So I'm going to go ahead, oops, it's black. I'm going to come up, go behind, and I'm going to add the Zinger back here. And you can just keep coming behind the ones that you have and bringing these up further and further behind what you already have. Mix and match. Go ahead and keep bringing your Rixty out further. Rixty is a great filler. Got a little bit sloppy. That's okay. If you have other little patterns that you enjoy, you can always add that in. I really enjoy organic patterns like this. You can come behind all of these and then just add little fescues. You can see I'm just going around and adding a little bit here and there. If you like Mooka, you could add that. Do you guys know what Mooka is?
No.
Forgot.
Just come up, almost like you're going to make a circle, and then you stop, whoop, and come back down. That's basically Mooka. Back up, start to make a circle, but stop, and then bring your stem back down. It wasn't the easiest thing for me when I started, but now I love it. Mooka, M-O-O-K-A. So I could come up this way, make my little Mooka, and come back down. And then I like to fill in little spots with fescue. And again, the little fescues can cross right over each other since they're a single line. I'm going to go ahead and show you how the shading might look on mine. When I use these pastel pencils, I have a supply of the tortillion, so I keep one that's just for my pastel pencils, so I don't get the charcoal on it or the graphite. And then just pull that towards the center. On just the short edges. And then if you happen to try this again later, and I hope you do, on a different tile, you can use, if you're doing the tan tile, then you can come in and put a little bit of highlight in the centers of these to make it really look like it's jumping up at you. So if you have tan or brown tiles, see the difference now? Put the white there in the center. And then for your poke leaf and your poke root, I'm just going to take a little bit of shading, and you can do the same thing with your graphite, and then just kind of put it on one side, and then where the stem meets, add a little bit of graphite or shading under that. Okay, so I'm just going to do that on one side. And same thing if you did the Mooka. Just put a little bit under here. A little bit on your poke root, same thing. On the Zingers, I'm just going to put a little bit of graphite on one side, so it looks like the light might be coming from the other side, and then just soften that. On my Mookas, I put just a little bit on one rounded edge and soften that. And I really haven't figured out how to shade the Rixty. I usually just kind of leave it. I got a little bit too much on that. That's better. And I'm going to shade the Springkle the same way I did the Zinger. I'm just going to put a little bit of shading on one edge.
You do that.
Yes, I said Thursday afternoon. Oh, yeah. You're right. Hi, Linda. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading here and there and softening it. Like I said, you can continue to add more little poke roots or poke leaf or zinger or anything you like to bring it out as far as you want. If you feel like there's an empty space, like right here, I'm going to add another fescue. You're welcome.
I gotta go. See you next time.
Bye, Linda. Be careful.
Ready?
because I have a tan tile, I'm just adding a little bit of white highlights here and there. These pastel chalk pencils are really, I enjoy working with them. They first came in one of the Zentangle project packs, and then I went and bought more colors at Texas Art Supply. You guys ever need more colored tiles or anything, just let me know.
Okay. I would like to have some of your cry cut things that you did. Will you ever teach a class on the one that you did with the cry cut?
Yes, I can do that. Well, I did the layered tiles, you know, so it's basically that same thing, but yeah, I could do another tile. You know, depend on how many people bought the tiles from me. I had a lady that bought a whole bunch of them. Another lady who's about to be a CZT, she bought several. And I just mailed them to her. I mean, if you guys ever think of something that you want me to teach, please let me know.
Well, I love the one that last one that you did with is it cry cut or cricket?
Cricket.
Cricket, okay.
Yeah.
That last one that you did with your cricket, I'd love that.
Okay. Well, I'll send out some information about it and see who all wants some tiles.
Okay.
I can cut them, and either you guys can pick them up or I can mail them to you.
Okay.
Because I really enjoyed that. I got a lot of likes on that when I put it on.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
So what is that talking in the background?
Must be on Mary's.
Could be the TV in the other room. It's on and I didn't even turn it off, and I can get it turned off. It's just news.
Okay.
I had the weather on earlier.
Okay, no problem. You know, I'm just looking at this and saying, well, what if I did this and just do it? You know, just have fun.
It's hard to stop.
Just have fun with your tiles.
Yeah.
When I just relax and do the patterns that I know and love, it's just so relaxing to me.
Yes, it is.
I think I just about filled mine up. I think this needs some fescue.
I think I have
always room for more fescue. I'm looking at mine on the big screen because it's easier to see.
beautiful.
Yeah, very great. Very good. Very good.
Say what?
I said it turned out very, very good.
Oh, thank you.
It's very pretty.
Thank you.